We are in Plymouth, Massachusetts. Headed over to Plymouth Rock, check out the Mayflower, the burial ground, and also the plantation. It should be a good tour. Pilgrim's Corner, souvenirs, t-shirts, apparel, and gifts. It's been moved, or it was dropped and broken, cemented back together. People have chipped pieces off of it for souvenirs. I'm not sure when, but it was moved back to its original location. So from what I was told, the rock is only about 50% the size that it once was.
I mean, this sounds very similar to what I
There it is. 1620s when the Pilgrims landed. And you can see the place where it was repaired, where it had been dropped and broken. And it's really not a very big rock, just a small boulder.
Is it doing a video?
Yeah. There were other ones before it. But it's known as the location where the English Pilgrims landed. We've got a much better view of the Mayflower II. Looks like tours are still available.
But it's still there, yeah. And you still have to, acknowledge it, and if there's a fee to do it, and that's why the big thing I picked up in the because don't ever.
I believe over there's where you get your tickets. They're really a nice little area. Go up here and see if we can get tickets. How much they are to board the Mayflower. Looks like there's a price list outside.
Hi, how are you? Going down through the village?
Got my ticket. Kind of weaving around here. I've seen this ship before, but I have not been on it. Honestly, don't even remember where I saw it before. I think it was when I was in Boston several years back. Wow.
Yeah, it'd be in the millions. Yeah. This isn't something brand new. The idea or concept of sailing across the Atlantic. The Pilgrims do it in 1620, which is 128 years after Christopher.
Ship's bell. Ship is a lot smaller than you would expect.
You want to see captain's quarters? Sailors, after many days, you're not sailing under ideal conditions. Week after week, your ship is battered by storms. There's one particularly bad storm, one of the main beams cracks. The master of the ship and other mates consult with passengers.
So that cabin back there is captain's or
Do you
master's
think
quarters.
God could
First and second
possibly
would typically be in the carry on deck. And 16
Small cannon.
That's going to be the forecastle or forecastle cabin. It's going to be your common sailors' living quarters on board.
Oh, what?
Common sailors' living
Oh,
quarters.
common sailors' living quarters. Okay.
6, maybe 8 men would share that space at a time. The other 6 or 8 would be on deck working. Taking off every 4 hours, just like the rest of your crew.
Here's the main area where the passengers would have stayed.
Yeah, but I mean, there's nowhere to really get. Not like you're directing. It's kind of just like
I believe it was 102 passengers and 25 sailors. I remember what I read. Space
yeah. So all 102 passengers lived on the deck.
is way too small for that many people.
That's just because of 2 months of delays back in 66-day voyage, and when they get here, they just spend about 2 to 4 months finding this area.
The voyage was like 60, I believe 66 days. Plus they stayed on the ship after that. People made sure it was safe during the building phase. They arrived here pretty much in winter, so it wasn't a good time for them to go ashore. Would have been a rough time. I think they only lost, from what I remember, 1 passenger and 1 crew, and I believe 1 baby was born here on the ship, but I don't remember, and I may not have read it.
That does not sound like a lot of fun, but they might scoop them into chamber pots. But they'll probably be sectioned.
I don't know what happened to the crew member or to the passenger. I'll ask this lady here in a minute. Amazing old ship. Couldn't imagine.
So, Mom, I don't know if you can see, but this is apparently where they spent almost 8 months. 2 months on shore, getting ready to leave when there were delays, and then almost 3 months on the boat.
Down there's where the supplies would have went.
I want to think the men went out to build houses, and I guess a lot of the rest stayed in here.
It's a small boat that would have traveled with them. Get people to and from shore. Give them opportunity to scout different areas. You can see it's pretty much dark now. I am very, very glad that I came on board. Tomorrow is Veterans Day, and I am a veteran. The guy told me that it would be free if I came tomorrow, but there'll probably be a crowd. I think, well, I'm not even going to say what that is, because I don't know. Oh, there. What is this?
You see them push it around in a circle in pirate movies all the time. They just don't tell you why. It's a big winch. So what you would do is
It's a ladder.
it's kind of like the reel in a fishing
Get
rod.
up and down off
So it
of
depends
the
on what you're trying to
front.
actually lift with it.
Mhm.
But you use the mast itself and then the yard for the sails, like the boom on a crane. So as to help spool up whatever rope you tie around it to make a lot of
You're
tension
gonna
to
have
start
big
moving stuff.
gangways yet.
There's another half of it down below. You have to double your manpower you can. And there's another one of these flip sideways in front of the stairs down below. That one's just for the anchor.
Okay. One last quick look here. Really didn't take a a great look before. This would have been part of the crew's quarters, I believe she said. Wow.
Have a stake in it, a Dutch have a stake in it. Everybody claims it, but until you actually stick people on there to settle, nobody's gonna bother.
One last look.
Settle there because they don't want to fight. Because
The exit. Take a look at this dugout canoe first. These were, trees were cut down, and somebody left their hat. They were burned to make it easier to dig them out. And very nice church. Sign over here says the first church in Plymouth. Mayflower Meeting House. First Parish Church of Plymouth, placed on the National Register of Historic Places. I love that door. The Church of Scrooby Leiden in the Mayflower. Well, it's kind of obvious, but now we are in Plymouth at Burial Hill as part of this historic tour. So we're going to go up and see what's here. Burials have been burying people here since 1600s, I believe 1622, and the last burial here was 1957. So over 400 years. So I guess one time there was brass cannons here. We'll look at the cemetery. So the original grave markers would have been wood. They're long past gone. Some of the graves have been remarked, some have not. Many of the old stone markers, you can see like that there, have cracked, been restored. Right here, it says this monument marks the site of the fort built in 1621. So I believe there is a recreation of it at Plymouth Plantation where we're going to go. Many old grave markers. erected by the descendants of Robert Cushman in memory of their Pilgrim ancestors. Nice. Betsy Thomas Barnes died May 1830, age 55. You easily spend all day up here just looking at these different markers. Another more prominent over here. I like to check them out. They are quite a few stones in there. James Warren, scholar, patriot, soldier, president of the Provincial Congress of Massachusetts. So a few other Mayflower passengers is buried here. Got Governor William Bradford, and I believe their names are William and Mary Brewster, also pastors of the Mayflower. I don't see any writing on these. Another one that did a great job on its restoration. I like walking around old historic cemeteries sometimes. See a lot of flags on this Veterans Day. Grave of Sailors. Brigadier General Arnold, who perished in Plymouth Harbor. This, yeah, I really can't read it, unfortunately. See where we are in relationship to the town. Here lies the buried body of Mr. Thomas Clark, age 98. It was very unusual. Departed this life March 24th, 1697. Dang. Can't really tell if this was supposed to be the walkway up here or not. Guess so, because I don't see another walkway. William Crowe, 1683. Back here is another sign, Edward Gray. I think it says 1681. I'm not sure. Captain Jesse Turner, Elizabeth H., his wife. Grave of William Bradford. Let's go check that out. There's still a lot of graves here that we won't see. It's a pretty amazing old cemetery. It's not the oldest in the area, but still. Under this stone rest the ashes of William Bradford, a zealous Puritan, sincere Christian, governor of Plymouth Colony from April 1621 to 1657. Died at age 69, except 5 years that he declined. Wow. Thomas Russell, born September 26, 1825. Died February 9, 1887. So I know they come up here and restore these from time to time. Reverend Orrin Bugby, born September 12, 1808. I'm sure with the age of some of these, it can be a little tough. And obviously most of these old ones, I don't know when they started using stone markers. But I do know in the 1620s they would have most likely used wood. And some of these really can't be repaired because of their age. And obviously many of them have been replaced. So families that come in and put in new markers because the old have deteriorated, or something's happened to. I mean, it says a lot of good things about that family. Treddy, I'm not sure, died in 1858. Some of these are a little rough to read because of their age. Especially the really small markers. I guess I really took my time. These were cleaned. Could be red. In memory of Captain Joseph Cooper, died in 1851, 82 years old. In memory of Miss Lucy, wife of Captain Cooper, died 1812, age 70. Wow. For the times, that was old. The other guy was like 98, I believe, 90 something. Just was pretty much unheard of at the time period. So you can see why they'd want to put a fort here. Now you got buildings blocking the view, but it had a great view of the bay. We're almost done here. We'll be heading to the plantation. This one here, father, mother. Died 1886, died 18, I think it says 76, 75. Yep. Eliphat Holbrook. 1831, 1886, Amelia Holbrook, 1834 to 1875. Wow. Welcome to Plymouth Patuxet, also known, or more commonly known as Plymouth Plantation. This is what you see when you first walk through the gate. We'll go over here to the Visitor Center, get some information. We are at the Visitor Center. Go in, check out the ticket prices. Schedule of activities. Down here, some dugout canoes. You can see how they burn them, make it easier to dig out. This one here is huge. I don't think I've ever seen one this big.
No, but with all the fishing gear and the wow.
smell smoke.
The only little caveat, I guess, is that another big change, I guess, for feeding habits would become wintertime. You're feeding your entire extended family, so all of your aunts, uncles, cousins. But you're also hunting different things. You're going to be eating a lot of big game back then. So it's really common to actually see, not cast iron, because I know we have that up here. That wouldn't have been traditionally used. They actually didn't cast iron. You know, these days we can't really tell, but the metallic taste was really noticeable for them back then in the food, because you went from clay pots like that to metallic. You're seeing that all.
So ahead is the village, and here is the craft center, kind of a popular place.
So, have you guys seen the Pilgrims yet? No. So take your time, but when you go to the village, and you're doing everything correctly, this room makes a lot more sense. So this room kind of is like a behind the scenes.
Little gift shop. Wow.
We don't have to. We haven't been into the place today.
Do you like this blue?
That's a recreation of an Indian hut. It's a wooden frame, as you can see, covered with bark. We're going to go in and check it out real quick. And we're going to go over to the fort. And we'll check out the village. Oh, it's locked. So we are not going to go in and check it out. Better look at it. 2 stories. Got a kid hanging out of it.
Hello, people. Hello. Hello.
Hello. So the downstairs was more of a meeting space.
No, they're over here with the kangaroo. Upstairs? There is an upstairs. Yeah.
Take a peek.
Oh, hi.
Hello.
Hello, view, huh?
Oh, so some replicas of cannons Pilgrims would have used to defend their fort and their village. Over here. There is the village. Beautiful view of the bay. Great place for a fort. Very nice. So we are going down and go check this village out. So the original fences, if they had fences, they most likely did, would have been a lot different than these. They would have cut down hundreds, probably thousands of trees in the area to, I mean, build the fences, but to build their homes. To build their homes. It's a good place for families to visit, learn history. Shot of the roof here. Pretty nice.
But the original colony is actually in downtown Plymouth, so on Light.
Can't really get a view of the bed there, but
makes it very hard to do a lot of archaeological digs.
Yeah.
So
They did it one time?
They have done a few up around Burial Hill area.
I know. Stay right there.
But not a lot where those actual houses are. Yeah. Yeah, no worries. Someone's house.
That was the first one as you enter. Get a view. Nice little garden here. Looks like it's been well tended.
That's why none of that's why there's none of them that exist. Still exist.
Little fireplace. Displays some of the clothes. Hello.
Do you want to sit just here?
I gave up trying to get shots without other people's kids. It's just not going to happen. See what I mean?
No one was harmed, and that's important.
Okay, well, you're not bored now, are you?
No, plenty to do now, that is.
Good, good.
I'm sorry. Sorry. Oh, yes.
Are you the little boy that put fire to the...
That's a rather harsh way of putting it, wouldn't you say? No. Here is what happened, and I will tell you all just the we had anchored, as you might have heard, at the tip of Cape Cod. Well, the land was right there, and I was quite ready to go aland, but no, only the men could go aland, had to find us a place to settle, and all of us children were left behind on the ship with the women. So I was entertaining myself, as you might expect. I was making little squibs. So if you wrap up a little bit of gunpowder in a piece of paper, you toss that into the fire and it makes a little popping sound. Okay. My father's musket was also nearby, and I was entertaining myself with that. And I know not why, or, well, what reason it might have been, but that musket was charged. So whilst I was playing with it, it did go off. I made a very loud bang. I think I was just as frightened as everyone else on the ship. But everyone made great complaint about me until I almost blew up the entire ship. No one was harmed by the incident. I think that's what's most important to know.
We'll check out a few more of these. Sounds a pretty large space in comparison. Nice table, chairs. Oh, beautiful chest. I like it. You see on the windows how they're made. There's no glass, but these just slide shut. Like down here is period games. Another garden back here. I'll take a closer look at one of these gardens. Very nice, well-tended gardens. So you got to keep in mind this is November. So plants, especially garden, are past their prime. So it's not going to look like it would have 2 or 3 months ago. Some of these are obviously much nicer than others. I don't know exactly what that is. It looks like a Dutch oven. How many kids? Not as easy as it looks.
Where?
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Oh. We're gonna have a snack.
The Children Discovery Center. My name is Zachariah Soul.
Are you guys still playing with me?
Hoop and sickle, 9 pins. 9 pins similar to bowling.
Oh, you can play in that. You want to be the baby?
Costumes.
Sabrina, will you come tend to the baby and I'll take your picture?
Mommy, I'm not a baby.
You're not the baby.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's not comfortable, I know. Dinner's ready. I'm not a baby.
That was nice. Nice for the little ones to do. So we are going to head back up. I'll see you at the top of the hill. I am up in the parking lot of the Plymouth Plantation. So far, I think it's going to be a great video. I've enjoyed it, learned a few things, saw a lot of things. If you like this video, please subscribe, hit that notification bell. I am now off to Boston, and I will see you there. Thank you.